Jin-Ho Park stared at his screen until his eyes hurt. Numbers, charts, and alien words filled the display. He had been working for 12 hours without a break. As a junior scientist for the Galactic Cultural Exchange Department, most of his days were boring. Today was different. "I can't believe this," Jin-Ho whispered to himself. He checked the readings again. The data couldn't be wrong. It had been triple-checked by the ship's computer. Jin-Ho worked in a small office on the massive ship called Starseeker. His job was to look at new planets and write reports about them. Most planets were empty rocks or gas giants. Some had simple life, like plants or tiny animals. Finding intelligent life was rare. 3 days ago, the Starseeker had entered a small yellow star system in the outer arm of the galaxy. The third planet from the star caught their attention. It was blue and green with white clouds swirling over oceans. Scans showed it was full of life, including an intelligent species that called themselves humans. At first, no one was very excited. Finding new intelligent life happened only a few times each year, but it wasn't unusual. The humans seemed to have basic technology. They had reached their moon, sent robots to nearby planets, and filled their world with cities and machines. Nothing special by galactic standards. Then Jin-Ho started looking closer at the planet itself and the humans who lived there. "Director Kim," Jin-Ho called out, his voice cracking with excitement. "Sir, you need to see this right away." Tae-Wan. Kim, head of the xenobiology department, walked over with a bored expression. He was tall and thin, with gray hair and tired eyes. He had seen hundreds of planets and thousands of alien species in his long career. "What is it, Park? Did you find something interesting?" Jin-Ho pointed at his screen. "Look at their planet, sir. The gravity is 70% stronger than galactic standard. The temperature range is extreme, from freezing to burning hot. They have regular storms, floods, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions." Director Kim raised an eyebrow. "A harsh world, yes, but not unheard of." "But sir, that's not all." Jin-Ho's hands moved quickly over the control panel, bringing up new images. The humans, they evolved on this death world. They're persistence predators. "What do you mean?" "They hunt by chasing their prey until it collapses from exhaustion. They can run for hours, sir." "Hours?" Most predator species in the galaxy are ambush hunters or sprint hunters. These humans just keep going. Director Kim leaned closer, his interest growing. "Show me more." Jin-Ho displayed more data. "Their bones break and then heal stronger than before. They can survive losing limbs. Their bodies can fight off diseases that would kill most species. And this," he brought up a chemical, analysis of human food and drink. "They regularly consume poisons for pleasure. This substance called capsaicin causes pain and burning sensations. They add it to food because they like it. And look at this: caffeine, alcohol, theobromine, all toxic compounds they drink every day." Director Kim's eyes widened. "That can't be right." "It is, sir. I checked many times." Jin-Ho brought up video footage captured by the ship's long-range sensors. The images showed humans doing various activities. "Look at these behaviors, sir. They jump from high places for fun. They climb mountains without equipment. They dive deep underwater. They fight each other for sport. Some even cut open their skin to make pictures on their bodies." Director Kim was silent for a long moment. Then he said, "Show me their history." Jin-Ho pulled up the information gathered from human broadcasts and internet signals. "They've had multiple global wars, sir. They've nearly destroyed themselves several times with nuclear weapons. They've faced deadly diseases that killed millions. Their planet has tried to kill them countless times with natural disasters. And yet they're still here," Director Kim said quietly. "Yes, sir. And they make jokes about it all. They create entertainment about even worse disasters. They imagine monsters and then fight them in stories. They seem to enjoy being scared." Jin-Ho scrolled through more data. "And this is perhaps most concerning. When they face impossible situations, they often succeed anyway. Their historical records are full of small groups overcoming much larger forces through what they call determination, or not giving up. Director Kim straightened up. His face had lost its bored look. How advanced are their weapons? Not very by our standards. Basic nuclear weapons, some laser systems, primitive projectile weapons. But sir, it's not their technology that's worrying. It's them. Jinho brought up a final image, a human child playing with a small furry animal. The scene looked peaceful and sweet. This child, Jinho said, can already survive in conditions that would kill most adult members of the Galactic Union. In 20 years, it will be able to run for hours, lift many times its own weight, heal from terrible injuries, consume toxins without harm, and solve complex problems. And there are 8 billion more just like it. Director Kim was silent for a long time. Finally, he said, "The annual Galactic assessment is coming up in 3 cycles. I think we've found this year's most remarkable entry. Sir, prepare a full report, Park. Include everything you found. I'm going to call an emergency meeting of the assessment committee." "What category should I file the report under?" Jinho asked. Usually, new planets were classified as resource potential, cultural interest, or scientific value. Director Kim looked at the screen one more time. The image showed humans running into a burning building to save strangers. Another showed them jumping into rough water to rescue others. A third showed them fighting against overwhelming odds. "File it under potential hazards," Director Kim said. "And mark it urgent." As Director Kim walked away, Jinho felt a chill run down his spine. In all his years working for the Galactic Cultural Exchange, he had never filed a report under potential hazards. That category was reserved for extreme dangers, unstable stars, planets with killer viruses, or predatory species that might threaten galactic peace. But as he looked at the data again, he knew Director Kim was right. Earth wasn't just interesting, it wasn't just unusual, it was terrifying. Jinho began writing his report. At the top, he typed, "Earth, candidate for most terrifying planet award." Then he started listing the reasons why. The grand chamber of the Galactic Council was huge. 5,000 seats formed circles around a central speaking area. Each seat held a representative from a different world. Some looked almost human. Others were very different. Some made of gas, some with many arms or eyes, some tiny and some giant. Today, every seat was filled. The annual awards ceremony was a big event in galactic politics. Usually it was boring. Not today. High Counselor Yuri Song stood at her special place, above the others. She was old and respected, from a planet that had been part of the Galactic Union for 10,000 years. "We now move to the nomination for Most Terrifying Planet," Yuri announced. Her voice was made louder by the room's special design, so everyone could hear. This award was usually given to planets with poison gas, extreme heat or cold, or giant monsters. Never before had it been given to a planet with intelligent life. "The committee nominates Sol 3, known to its inhabitants as Earth," Yuri said. A surprised murmur spread through the chamber. Many representatives looked confused. "Earth?" someone called out. "That small blue planet from the outer spiral arm? Their technology is hundreds of years behind ours." Yuri nodded to Han Sol, who stood waiting at the edge of the central area. "Senior Investigator Lee will present the evidence." Han Sol walked to the center. She felt nervous with so many eyes watching her. She touched a small device on her wrist, and a large image of Earth appeared above her head, floating for all to see. "Distinguished representatives," Han Sol began, "I understand your surprise. Earth does not seem dangerous at first glance. Its people, called humans, have only basic space travel. They have not yet discovered faster-than-light technology. They are divided into many countries that often argue with each other." The image changed to show a human family having a picnic in a park. They looked peaceful and happy. "But appearances can be deceiving," Han Sol continued. "My team spent 2 Earth weeks studying this planet and its people. What we found was disturbing." For the next hour, Han Sol showed the evidence they had collected. She started with Earth itself, its strong gravity, changing weather, natural disasters. Then she moved to human biology, their ability to heal, their strong immune systems, their ability to eat almost anything. Many representatives looked doubtful at first, but as Han Sol continued, the room grew quieter. She showed videos of humans doing dangerous things for fun, jumping from high places, fighting each other in rings, climbing mountains without safety equipment, swimming in rough oceans. They call these extreme sports or adventures, Han Sol explained. What would terrify most of us, they seek out voluntarily. Next came human history, endless wars, plagues, disasters. Yet humans always recovered and grew stronger. They have a saying, Han Sol said, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. They actually believe suffering makes them better. The room was completely silent now. Every representative was paying close attention. But perhaps most concerning is this, Han Sol said. The image changed to show humans watching a movie. The movie showed aliens attacking Earth. The humans in the movie fought back and won. Humans constantly imagine meeting alien life. In most of their stories, they fight the aliens and win, even when the aliens have much better technology. Han Sol showed more examples. Books, movies, games. All showed humans fighting against overwhelming odds, often against alien invaders. They prepare for war with species they haven't even met, Han Sol said. They imagine how to defeat enemies far stronger than themselves, and in their minds, they always find a way to win. Jong-hyun, Bae, the representative from the Defense Council, stood up. He was tall and serious, with short gray hair and a stern face. Are you suggesting they pose a threat to the Galactic Union? He asked. Not currently, Han Sol replied carefully. They don't know we exist. They can't reach our worlds with their current technology. But someday? Jong-hyun pressed. Han Sol hesitated. That depends on how we approach them. If they feel threatened, she let the thought hang in the air. Another representative stood. This is ridiculous. They're just one species on one small planet. Even if they wanted to harm us, how could they? We have millions of ships. They have none that can leave their solar system. I respectfully disagree, Han Sol said. She touched her wrist device again. The image changed to show a small human child standing up after falling down. Its knee was bleeding, but it wasn't crying. This is what makes humans dangerous, Han Sol said. Not their current technology, but their nature. They evolved on a death world. They are natural survivors. They don't give up. She showed more images. Humans running into burning buildings to save others, working together to move rubble after earthquakes, donating blood to help strangers, fighting diseases in laboratories. When humans face problems, they solve them. When they meet obstacles, they overcome them. When they find limits, they break them. It's not a question of if they will reach the stars, but when. Han Sol took a deep breath before her final point. Most concerning of all is how humans react to fear. Most species run from danger. Humans get angry. They fight back. They unite against common threats. The final image showed Earth from space, a beautiful blue marble. If humans ever felt threatened by the galaxy, Han Sol said quietly, they would not hide. They would not surrender. They would fight until they found a way to win, no matter how long it took or what it cost them. The chamber was completely silent when Han Sol finished speaking. Many representatives looked worried. Some looked afraid. Hi, Counselor Yuri spoke after a long pause. Thank you, Investigator Lee. The Council will now vote on this nomination. Normally, there would be much debate before such a vote. This time, no one spoke. The vote was taken in silence. Each representative pressed a button on their seat to cast their vote. When all votes were counted, Yuri looked surprised at the result. The vote is unanimous, she announced. Earth is officially designated as the most terrifying planet in the known galaxy. She looked at Han Sol. Protocol requires that we inform any intelligent species when their planet receives such a designation. The Council must send a representative to Earth to make first contact and explain this honor. No one volunteered. After a long, awkward silence, Yuri sighed. Ambassador Yoon, she called to a representative sitting near the front. You have the most experience with first contact situations. The council assigns this task to you. Min Ho-yoon, an older diplomat with silver hair and calm eyes, stood slowly. He bowed to Yuri. I accept this duty, he said formally. But his face showed he was not happy about it. After the meeting, Hansol approached Min-ho. I'm sorry you were chosen for this task, she said. Min-ho smiled slightly. I've met many strange beings in my career. How bad can these humans be? Hansol didn't answer. She just handed him her full report on Earth. Read this before you go, she said. And Ambassador, be careful. Don't make them angry. Ambassador Min Ho-yoon stood in front of the mirror, adjusting his formal robes. Today he would meet humans for the first time. After 50 years as a diplomat, he had met over 300 different alien species. None had made him this nervous. Ambassador, the ship will land in 30 minutes, said his assistant, Sung-ho Park. Thank you, Min-ho replied. Is everything ready? Sung-ho nodded. Yes, sir. The translation devices are working. The gifts have been checked for safety. The security team is prepared. Min-ho had spent the last month reading everything about humans. The more he learned, the more worried he became. Humans were unpredictable, emotional, and surprisingly tough. They could be kind one moment and violent the next. Remember, Min-ho told his team as they prepared to leave the ship, no sudden movements. Speak slowly and clearly. Show your hands at all times. Do not show fear. The small ship landed in a large open field in a place called Switzerland. This country was chosen because it had a long history of neutrality in human conflicts. Only 12 humans would attend this first meeting, scientists and government leaders from around the world. A simple white tent had been set up in the middle of the field. Inside were a table and chairs. Human security forces stayed far back, watching carefully. Min-ho walked slowly toward the tent, followed by his team of 5 assistants. They all looked almost human, which was why they were chosen for this mission. The only clear differences were their slightly purple skin and completely black eyes. The humans were already waiting inside the tent. They stood as Min-ho entered. He noticed they were trying to look calm, but their body language showed excitement and nervousness. Greetings, Min-ho said through his translation device. I am Ambassador Min Ho-yoon of the United Galactic Council. Thank you for agreeing to this meeting. A woman stepped forward. She had short black hair and wore a simple blue suit. Welcome to Earth, Ambassador, she said. I am Dr. Gia Park, leading the scientific team for this contact. These are representatives from Earth's major governments. Min-ho bowed slightly. The humans seemed surprised by this gesture, but some bowed back. Please sit, Dr. Park said, motioning to the chairs. Everyone sat down. There was an awkward silence. You are probably wondering why we have contacted your planet, Min-ho began. We have many questions, Dr. Park admitted. This is a historic moment for humanity. Our first confirmation that intelligent life exists beyond Earth. Min-ho nodded. There are over 5,000 intelligent species in the United Galactic Council. We have been observing Earth for some time. A man with a military uniform leaned forward. His name tag read, General Hyun Kwan. Observing us? For how long? He asked sharply. Only a short time, Min-ho said carefully. Enough to learn about your world and your species. And why have you decided to contact us now? Asked another human. Why not earlier or later? Min-ho took a deep breath. Here was the difficult part. I bring news from the Galactic Council, he said. Each year the Council gives awards to notable planets in various categories. This year, Earth has received a significant designation. The humans looked at each other, confused but interested. Earth has been named the most terrifying planet in the known galaxy, Min-ho announced. This is a great honor. There was complete silence. The humans stared at Min-ho with wide eyes and open mouths. I'm sorry, Dr. Park said finally. Did you say most terrifying planet? Yes, Min-ho confirmed. The vote was unanimous. General, Kwan's face changed from surprise to something else. Min-ho thought it might be pride. Let me understand, Dr. Park said slowly. 5,000 advanced civilizations are afraid of us? We haven't even established permanent settlements beyond our moon. Not afraid, Minho corrected carefully. Respectfully cautious. Your species evolved in conditions that would kill most sentient beings. You are apex predators with remarkable adaptability and resilience. What exactly about us is terrifying? Asked a woman who had been introduced as a political leader. Minho activated a small projector on the table. It showed images of Earth and humans. Your planet has extreme conditions. Powerful storms, earthquakes, volcanoes, temperature ranges that few species could survive. Yet you thrive here. He showed more images. Humans running marathons, climbing mountains, diving into deep water. Your physical capabilities are exceptional. You can run for hours without stopping. You can survive injuries that would kill most species. You can eat foods that would poison others. The images continued, showing hospitals, firefighters, soldiers. You risk your lives for strangers. You fight against impossible odds. When faced with danger, you often move toward it rather than away. Minho paused to let this sink in. The humans were watching the images with strange expressions. But perhaps, most significant, Minho continued, is how your minds work. When most species find a barrier, they go around it or stop. When humans find a barrier, they break through it. This makes you unpredictable. General Quan smiled. It was not a friendly smile. And how many ships does this Galactic Union have? He asked. Minho felt a chill run down his spine. This was exactly the type of question Han Sol had warned him about. The United Galactic Council is not a military organization, Minho said carefully. We are a peaceful group of worlds that share knowledge and resources. But you must have defenses, General Quan pressed. A woman sitting next to him put her hand on his arm. General, please. This is a first contact situation, not a military briefing. Minho was grateful for her intervention. Dr. Park spoke up. Ambassador, while we're flattered by this designation, I'm still confused. Why contact us now? Why tell us about this award? Minho explained, Council protocol requires notifying any intelligent species when their planet receives such a designation. It is meant as a sign of respect. And what happens next? Asked Dr. Park. If you accept this designation, Earth will be officially recognized by the Galactic Council. This opens the possibility for future cultural exchanges, scientific sharing, and eventually, when your technology advances enough, trade and travel between worlds. The humans whispered among themselves. Minho waited patiently. His training had prepared him for many reactions, but humans were difficult to predict. Finally, Dr. Park spoke for the group. We need time to discuss this with our governments. This is a significant moment for our species. Of course, Minho agreed. The Council understands this is unexpected news. We will wait for your response. As the meeting ended, the humans stood and prepared to leave. General Quan approached Minho directly. One last question, Ambassador, he said quietly. Has any planet ever declined this honor? Minho met his eyes steadily. No, General. No planet has ever declined. General Quan smiled again. I don't think Earth will be the first to decline either. In fact, I think many of us will be quite proud of this designation. As Minho watched the humans leave, he felt uneasy. The general's reaction confirmed everything Han Sol had warned about. Humans didn't feel insulted by being called terrifying. They seemed pleased. What do you think they will decide? Sung Ho asked as they walked back to their ship. Minho looked up at the blue sky of this dangerous, beautiful world. They will accept, he said. And then the real challenge begins. Because now they know they are not alone in the universe. He thought about the general's eager questions about galactic ships and defenses. And they know we are watching them. 1 Earth year had passed since the aliens first contacted humans. Today was the official award ceremony for Earth's most terrifying planet designation. The Galactic Council had built a special embassy in Seoul, South Korea for the event. The Kyo, large glass and metal building, stood out among the city's towers. Inside, hundreds of aliens from 200 different worlds mingled with selected humans. Most aliens kept a careful distance from the humans, watching them with a mixture of fear and curiosity. Jinho Park, the junior scientist who had first discovered Earth's terrifying qualities, now worked as a cultural liaison between humans and the Galactic Council. He stood near a window watching the strange gathering with Taewon Kim, his former boss. "Humans are taking this remarkably well," Taewon commented, sipping a drink that glowed slightly blue. "Too well," Jinho replied, watching as a group of human scientists eagerly talked with a tall, insect-like alien. "They seem almost proud of being called terrifying." Taewon nodded. The council expected them to be insulted or frightened. Instead, they embraced the title. In the year since first contact, Earth had changed quickly. Governments had formed a unified Earth Council to deal with alien relations. Scientists were working with alien counterparts, learning about the galaxy. Regular humans were both excited and nervous about alien existence. Most surprising to Jinho was how fast humans had adapted to the idea of alien life. After a few months of shock and wonder, they simply accepted it as the new normal. Across the room, Han-Sol Lee was talking with Dr. Jia Park, who had become Earth's first ambassador to the Galactic Union. "Your educational exchange program is growing fast," Han-Sol said. "The Council is concerned." Jia smiled. "Over 5,000 alien students have applied to study on Earth next semester. Is that what worries the Council?" "Isn't it concerning to you?" Han-Sol asked carefully. "Your planet is dangerous for most species. Your gravity alone could harm many visitors." Jia laughed, a sound that still made many aliens nervous. "That's exactly why they want to come. Your Most Terrifying Planet award has made Earth the most interesting destination in this part of the galaxy. Tourism requests have increased 3,000%. Han-Sol tried to hide her shock. "Tourism? To Earth? But why?" "The same reason humans climb mountains or jump out of airplanes," Jia explained. "For the thrill, to test themselves, to say they survived the most terrifying planet in the galaxy." Han-Sol shook her head in disbelief. "You've turned a warning into an advertisement." In another part of the room, Ambassador Min Ho-yoon was speaking with a group of human business leaders. They were discussing trade possibilities. "Many of your materials are common in the galaxy," Min Ho explained. "But you have some unique resources." "Like what?" asked a woman in a sharp business suit. "Your plants, for example," Min Ho said. "What? You call coffee and chocolate contain compounds that are mildly toxic to humans but completely safe for many other species. They find the effects interesting." The business leaders looked at each other with excitement. Min Ho could almost see them calculating profits in their heads. "And your art," Min Ho continued. "Your music, movies, and stories are unlike anything in the galaxy. Especially your, what do you call them, horror movies?" "You mean aliens want to watch human horror films?" asked another business leader. "They are fascinating to non-humans," Min Ho explained. "The idea of deliberately scaring yourself for entertainment is uniquely human." As the evening continued, the formal award ceremony began. High Counselor Yuri Song had traveled from the Galactic Center to present the award. She stood on a stage, looking out at the mixed crowd of humans and aliens. "1 year ago, the Galactic Council named Earth the most terrifying planet in our known galaxy," Yuri began. "Today, we formally present this designation." She unveiled a large crystal trophy that glowed with soft light. The trophy showed Earth, surrounded by stars. "Earth is the first inhabited planet to receive this honor," Yuri continued. "And humans have responded in ways we did not expect. Instead of fear or anger, you showed curiosity and pride. This itself confirms why your planet earned this designation." Dr. Jia Park walked onto the stage to accept the award on behalf of Earth. The humans in the audience cheered loudly, making several aliens jump in surprise. "Thank you, High Counselor," Jia said, holding the glowing trophy. "Humans are honored by this recognition. For thousands of years, we thought we were alone in the universe. Now we know we are part of a larger community, a community that finds us terrifying." There was laughter from the human section of the audience. "But we hope that what makes us terrifying, our resilience, our determination, our ability to survive, can also make us valuable friends and allies. We look forward to sharing our terrifying planet with visitors from across the galaxy. More cheers from the humans. The aliens applauded politely, but many looked worried. After the ceremony, Jinho found himself standing near two human military officers. They were speaking quietly, not realizing Jinho could hear them. "So let me get this straight," one officer said. "We've just learned there are thousands of civilizations out there, all more technologically advanced than us, and all of them are afraid of humans?" "Yes," replied the other with a wide grin. "Isn't that wonderful?" Jinho moved away quickly. He found Hansol by the refreshment table. "We may have made a mistake," he said quietly. "What do you mean?" Hansol asked. "The award, the contact, all of it," Jinho explained. "We thought naming Earth the most terrifying planet would make humans cautious, make them understand how dangerous they seem to others. But it had the opposite effect," Hansol realized. "Exactly. It gave them confidence. And now, they're not just curious about the galaxy, they're eager to explore it." Hansol looked around at the humans mingling with aliens. They seemed friendly, but there was something else in their expressions. A hunger for knowledge, for technology, for new worlds. The EA Council needs to be careful how they introduce humans to galactic technology, Jinho continued. Humans advance quickly. They adapt. They take ideas and improve them in ways no one expects. Is that why the Council is limiting what technology they share? Hansol asked. Jinho nodded. But humans are clever. They're already learning just by talking to aliens. I've heard some human scientists have figured out principles of faster-than-light travel just from asking the right questions. Later that night, after most guests had left, Minho stood alone on the embassy's roof garden. He looked up at the stars, thinking about the future. Ambassador Jia found him there. "Beautiful night," she said, standing beside him. "Yes," Minho agreed. "Your planet has lovely skies." "I wanted to thank you," Jia said, "for being the one to contact us, for introducing us to the galaxy." Minho smiled slightly. "I was just doing my duty." "Well, it changed our world forever," Jia said. "And soon we'll be out there among the stars too." There was something in her voice that made Minho look closely at her. "How soon?" he asked carefully. Jia smiled. "Sooner than the Council expects, I think. Humans are motivated now. We were divided before, but this award has united us. Everyone wants to prove we deserve our terrifying reputation." As Jia walked away, Minho felt a mixture of worry and wonder. The galaxy had discovered humans, but more importantly, humans had discovered the galaxy, and they weren't afraid at all. Hansol Lee could not sleep. Tomorrow she would lead the first close study of planet Earth. As senior investigator for the Galactic Assessment Committee, she had visited over 200 planets in her career. None had made her this nervous. "Lights on," she said, and her small cabin on the research ship Quiet Observer filled with soft blue light. She got out of bed and went to her desk. The report from Jinho Park was still open on her screen. Hansol read it again, trying to decide if the junior scientist was exaggerating. Surely humans couldn't be as scary as the report claimed. She had to see for herself. The ship's computer announced 6 hours until Earth orbit. Hansol sighed and called for the ship's meeting room. "Wake the team. We need to talk before we arrive." 30 minutes later, 5 other aliens sat around a round table with Hansol. They were the best experts in their fields, chosen from different worlds across the galaxy. "I've called you here early because we need to be extra careful on this mission," Hansol said. "Earth may be more dangerous than our usual study planets." Du-Yun Choi, the ship's pilot, laughed. "What's so dangerous about it? The humans barely have space travel. Their fastest ships would take years to reach even their closest neighbor planets." "It's not their technology that concerns me," Hansol replied. She showed them images from Jinho's report. "It's the humans themselves and their planet." Yoonji Kang, the behavior specialist, leaned forward. "Are these readings correct? They evolved on a world with such strong gravity and extreme weather? Yes, Han Sol said. And that's just the start. For the next hour, Han Sol explained everything from Jinho's report. The team's reactions changed from doubt to surprise to worry. So our mission is clear, Han Sol concluded. We observe only. No contact with humans. We stay cloaked at all times. We collect data for 2 Earth weeks, then return to present our findings to the Galactic Council. What exactly are we looking for? Asked Minsu Ryu, the biology expert. Evidence to either confirm or deny Earth's nomination for most terrifying planet, Han Sol said. We need to see if humans really are as dangerous as this report suggests. Psyched. Hours later, the Quiet Observer entered Earth orbit. Their ship was small but advanced. Its cloaking technology made it invisible to human detection systems. The team gathered on the bridge, looking down at the blue planet. It's beautiful, whispered Jun Seo-ha, the environment specialist. So are many dangerous things, Han Sol replied. Let's begin our work. For the next 2 Earth weeks, the team studied everything about the planet and its human inhabitants. They sent down small, invisible drones to collect close-up data. They listened to radio and TV broadcasts. They read information from the human internet. They observed human behavior in different places around the world. Each day, the team met to share what they had learned. Each day, their worry grew. Look at this, Yoonji said during their 3rd daily meeting. She showed video of humans jumping out of flying vehicles with only fabric bags to slow their fall. They call it skydiving and do it for fun. That's nothing, said Subin Jung, the technology expert. I found humans who climb frozen waterfalls with only metal spikes attached to their hands and feet. One slip means death. Minsu, who had been analyzing human biology, shook his head. Their physical capabilities are even more impressive than the report suggested. They can survive losing up to 40% of their blood. Their skin and bones can heal from major damage. Some have even survived having metal rods go through their heads. And their eating habits, Jun Seo added. They can eat plants that would kill most species. They deliberately seek out bitter or burning tastes. They eat parts of animals that contain toxins just because they like the flavor. Day after day, the evidence grew. Humans weren't just tough. They seemed almost designed to survive anything. On the 10th day, Han Sol was watching a human city when something unexpected happened. A large building caught fire. Smoke poured from the windows. Most life forms would run away from such danger. The humans did something different. Some of them, wearing special clothes and carrying equipment, ran into the burning building. They came out carrying other humans who were hurt. Yoonji, Han Sol called to the behavior specialist. What am I seeing here? Yoonji watched the video. Feidu. It appears some humans risk their lives to save others, even strangers. They call these people firefighters or first responders. They have many such groups dedicated to helping others in dangerous situations. That makes them even more dangerous, Han Sol said quietly. How so? Asked Yoonji. A species that will risk death to save others will certainly fight to the death to protect them, Han Sol explained. Imagine if they thought their planet was threatened. On the final day of their mission, the team gathered for one last meeting before returning to galactic space. Your final thoughts? Han Sol asked each member. Du Yun went first. Their vehicles and transportation systems are primitive, but surprisingly effective. They cross their oceans in metal containers, fly through storms in metal tubes, and drive at high speeds in small boxes on wheels. They accept thousands of deaths each year from accidents as a normal risk. Subin spoke next. Their technology is basic but creative. They solve problems in unexpected ways. Most concerning, they have thousands of nuclear weapons that could destroy their own planet, yet they live with this reality every day. Jun Seo followed. Their planet tries to kill them regularly with storms, floods, fires, and earthquakes. Instead of leaving dangerous areas, they rebuild and stay. They adapt to live in frozen wastelands and burning deserts. Minsu added, Their bodies are walking chemical factories. They can process toxins, fight off diseases, and heal from injuries that would kill most species. They live with constant pain and discomfort as if it's normal. Yunji concluded, their psychology is most alarming. They seek out fear and danger for entertainment. They create stories about their own extinction. Most importantly, when faced with impossible situations, they rarely surrender. They have a saying, where there's a will, there's a way. This mindset makes them unpredictable and potentially very dangerous. Hansol nodded. Then our conclusion is unanimous. Earth deserves its nomination for most terrifying planet. She looked once more at the beautiful blue world below them. The Galactic Council needs to know about humans, not because they are currently a threat, but because someday they might be. And if that day comes, we should be prepared. As the quiet observer turned away from Earth and prepared for the jump to faster-than-light travel, Hansol felt both relief and worry. She was glad to be leaving this strange, dangerous world. But she also knew that humans wouldn't stay on their planet forever. Someday, they would reach the stars, and the galaxy would never be the same.